Hey guys, what is going on? We are back with another best class setup video in Vanguard Season 1 for you, and these are going to be the top 5 best guns in the mid-season update. Now this is going to include the best class setup for, of course, the Welgun, and if you do want to see more class setups like this, more videos including top 5s and all these other lovely things, make sure you do hit that subscribe button with those notifications turned on. I do very much appreciate it, and it really does help me out. Of course, we are still looking for 6,000 subscribers, and if you could help me achieve that goal, that would be absolutely massive. So let's take a look at my favorite, the top 5 best guns in Vanguard Season 1 with the mid-season update. Okay, we're going to start this off with something extremely disgusting. If I see any of you running around with this class setup, we cannot be friends. Like, I'm serious. Do not use this class setup, but you probably already know how strong the Akimbo double barrel is, so we're going to talk about it just a little bit here, not for too much. So starting us off here, we do have the M97 full choke. This allows us to get a tighter pellet spread. We are also going to talk about a little bit about how I would probably nerf this thing because it is still too strong at the moment. In the barrel slot, we do have the LJ18 Defender for an increase to our damage, our hipfire damage, and our damage range. Now this is probably one of the options that you could look at to sort of nerf this thing a little bit, maybe just decrease the damage range, the actual damage this thing does, so you do have to consistently land a lot of pellets to be able to actually get those kills on people. We do have an optic here in the M38 2.5 times custom for a little bit of recoil and a little bit of accuracy here. I'm not really sure if this makes too much difference, but it is always goofy to run around with scopes on your Akimbo shotgun. In the stock slot, we do have the remove stock here for +2 to our hipfire accuracy, 2 to our sprint to fire speed, as well as a little boost to our movement speed. This is a nice option to help keep us around the map and get those shots on target. In the magazine slot, we do have the double AUT, and this does increase our damage range. Again, this is another one that you could take a look at and just reduce the damage range that you do get from this thing. Maybe decrease the number of pellets you get from this as well, just to make it a little less effective at those longer distances. In the ammo type, I actually recommend probably not allowing the buck and slug to be used with the Akimbo double barrel thing. I just think this is too strong. Essentially, you can fire 4 slugs at the same time because these shots do fire very, very quickly here, one after the other, and you do have 2 shotguns, so getting 4 slugs down range is very, very strong, and it does lead to some pretty disgusting moments here. So I wouldn't allow the buck and slug with this particular class setup. In the rear grip, of course, you want that hip fire accuracy from the pine tar grip, but you can also take a fabric grip as well if you do want more sprint to fire speed. In the proficiency, of course, we do have the Akimbo here. Again, I'd probably also increase the hip fire, making it a little bit more difficult to hit shots with this thing is always going to be a good option for Akimbo. And then we do have the kit. We do have fully loaded here for more starting ammo, but you can take quick as well if you do want to sprint around a little bit more. Moving on here to one of my absolute favorite class setups in the game at the moment. That is, of course, the brand new, it's not really brand new anymore, it did come out in Season 1, that is the Cooper Carbine. You do get very, very fast TTK values with this thing. I believe it hits about 180 milliseconds with the right attachments. This thing is a very good gun in this game, and I do really appreciate how accurate it is. It's just a fun weapon to use. Again, we do start off with an MX silencer here for the sound suppression and the increase to our accuracy. This is a one that does affect the horizontal recoil control. It makes it easy for us to hit shots here. In the barrel slot, I believe you have 2 options here. You can go with the 22-inch Cooper Custom for a highly accurate and controllable weapon, which basically means we get about 30 to 40% horizontal recoil control, as well as a slight increase to our fire rate as well of about, let's call it 4%. Then in the Gracie Rapid Barrel, you get a fire rate increase of 15%, which does increase your TTK value significantly here. Makes it very, very effective at killing people, but of course you are a lot less accurate with this thing. It increases your horizontal recoil by 186%, so it's going to be hard to hit shots with this thing, but it definitely increases your TTK value. In the optic, I believe the slate reflector is one of the cleaner options that you can go with, but you can pretty much pick and choose whatever you prefer. In the stock, we do have the Cooper 45 RS for initial accuracy and recoil, as well as a nice boost to our aim down sight speed, as well as a little boost to recoil recovery. This is a good stock as well, and it is a very early unlock. In the stock, we do have the M1941 hand stock for an increase to our recoil control and our accuracy. This is a very nice attachment to just get those bullets on target. Magazine, you really do want the .30 45 round mags for an increase to our damage. This does take our damage number to 34. It does allow us to get a 3-shot kill at 750 RPM with the barrel that we've chosen in the Cooper. In the ammo type, we do of course want lengthened here just to increase our bullet velocity by 30%. This is really nice for our hit detection. Rear grip, we do have the fabric grip for a little boost to our aim down sight speed and our sprint to fire speed. Proficiency, we do have brace here for, again, the initial accuracy and recoil. And then we round this off with fully loaded here for giving us the most amount of starting ammo again. Next, we do have one of the newest weapons on the list, and that is the Welgun. I've been leveling this thing up a little bit recently. We haven't maxed it out yet, but when I was testing this thing out, these are the combination of attachments that are going to absolutely destroy Vanguard, man. Like, this gun is going to wreck the game. Like, 2-shot kills at about 100 milliseconds in terms of TTK if you do get a headshot, or a headshot including like the upper torso crit zone is ridiculous. So this is going to be a great gun in this game. Wait and see when you unlock all the attachments to this thing. This is a monster. Starting us off here again with that M1929 silencer, sound suppression and accuracy, a very simple attachment. We get a little tricky with the barrel here, and this is the 320mm SA Shroud. This does make us a highly accurate and controllable weapon, gives us a little bit of boost to our flinch resistance, decreases the scope sway with this thing, and gives us a larger one-hit kill area. So if we take a look at this, this is a 45% increase to our recoil across the board, which is very, very nice. Makes it very easy for us to hit shots, as well as gives us that upper torso vital style like crit zone, which when you do look at the damage numbers that we're about to talk about more in a second, 45 plus a headshot is a 2-shot kill, which is ridiculously fast. Speaking of giving us that 2-shot kill, we have the .45 48 round mags. Again, this is the one that does increase our damage number to 45 and give us the vital damage increase to 67 damage per bullet. 45 plus 67 is more than 100, and that means you get a 2-shot kill. In the optic, we do have the GW03. This is a very nice large set of iron sights here, increases your aim down sight speed by a little bit. I mean, the iron sights on this thing are clean as they are, but this thing, when you do remove the top thing on it, it's just so clean here. I really do love this set of irons. In the stock, we do have the SA43M pack, which does increase our horizontal recoil control by +3, which is about a 10% increase, I believe, and then gives us +1 to our aim down sight speed, which is about a 4% increase. Underbarrel again, we do have the M1941 hand stop. This is basically the go-to underbarrel for most weapons, just because it increases our recoil control and our accuracy, and we're not too fussed about a hip-fire accuracy here. Ammo type, of course, we do want lengthened here to give us the increase to our bullet velocity. There is something to be said for adding that incendiary damage as well, as this does increase our ability to get more 2-shot kills. Do add that burn damage on top. Each bullet does like 54 damage, and then you get an easy 2-shot kill if you just allow that burn damage to play out. Rear grip, of course, we do have the fabric grip here for aim down sight speed and sprint to fire speed. In the proficiency, we do have not amazing options, but we do like frenzy for giving us that health regeneration. It does actually like boost that little increase that you get at the start of your health regeneration. Doesn't make the overall thing faster, but you start regenerating health a little faster here. You can take Gung Ho as well if you want to fire while you are sprinting. This also removes your sprint to fire speed. And of course, to finish this off, we do have the kit here, which is fully loaded as we normally go with a lot of our class setups, just to get the most starting ammo. Moving on here to one of my other favorite weapons in the game, and that is the Automaton. This thing's a monster, man. You do get a ridiculously fast TTK with this. I believe it sort of hits that 170 millisecond. I think, I can never remember all these numbers off the top of my head, but this thing is a monster with the damage barrel and the damage magazine. This thing is crazy powerful. MX silencer again for the accuracy and the sound suppression. We do have the damage barrel here as well in the Zac FA short. This doesn't take our damage number to 39 damage per bullet at 759 RPM. If someone could calculate that for me in the comments, I know the answer, but it's just escaping me at the moment. But again, very fast TTK. I know it's good. I know this is one of the best guns in the game. In the optic slot, we do have this slate reflector here, a very nice clear sight picture. In the stock, we do have the Zac skeletal for the aim walking movement speed. That's the main draw card with this thing, but it also provides a nice little boost to our initial recoil control. Underbarrel, we do have the M1941 hand stop. Again, the recoil control and the accuracy is very important here. Magazine, this is one of the last unlocks that you can get with this thing, but it definitely is worth it, as it does allow us to get the very good TTK with this thing. I just can't remember what the number is off the top of my head. This does increase our damage, our range, our vital damage as well, apparently. Bullet velocity, vehicle damage as well. This thing is just a monster, and it does give you a very large magazine with which to kill people of 50 rounds. Ammo type, we do have lengthened here for an increase to our bullet velocity of 30%. Rear grip, we do have the fabric grip for the aim down sight speed and the sprint to fire speed. Then we have the proficiency, which is tight grip for the accuracy and the recoil control during sustained fire, a very nice option as well. And then in the kit, we do have fully loaded for the most amount of starting ammo again. As always, we probably want to chuck in a special shout out here to the MP40, which unfortunately doesn't make this list, as I believe the Welgun and the Type 100 are probably both better SMGs in the game at the moment. I'm still unconfirmed whether you can actually still get that 2-shot kill or not. Like, I've been trying to test it. Somebody was saying that it still applies, but I tested it out for myself and I could never get a 2-shot kill to land. So I do think the MP40 is still an absolute monster in this game, but I think it's a little worse than it used to be, and I think it's worse than the Welgun, and I think it's still worse than the Type 100. Speaking of the Type 100, this is again one of the best SMGs in the game. We've talked about this a number of times already. The only thing that really does let this down compared to some of the other weapons on this list is the actual magazine ammo capacity. Being a 30, it's not that bad. Like, it's not really a short magazine or anything. It's just not extended, so you do run out of bullets sometimes when you are used to using weapons with larger magazines. Starting us off here again, we do have the M1929 silencer, and that is of course the sound suppression and the accuracy. Muzzle, you know what this does already. We do have the Warabashi 134mm rapid barrel for an increase to our fire rate and our damage. I do actually think this gets the TTK value down to about 150, 140 milliseconds off the top of my head. Again, feel free to correct me and do the calculation for yourself in the comments if I am wrong. Slate reflector, we do have this in the optic slot for a very nice clear sight picture. Super easy option. In the stock, we do have the Shiraishi T100 for an increase to our horizontal recoil control and our aim down sight speed. Underbarrel, you already know we have the M1941 hand stop in this for the recoil control and the accuracy. Magazine, we did talk about this previously in the .30 Russian short 30 round mags. Of course, I do still think this is a little short in terms of the amount of bullets that you can fire here. but it does give us that 3-shot kill, 40 damage per bullet at 845 RPM. I believe that hits about 150 milliseconds in terms of the TTK. Ammo type, we do have lengthened here, as I don't believe any of the other options are going to provide us any significant boost here. Plus, we do want more bullet velocity, almost hit 600 meters per second. Rear grip, we do have the fabric grip for the aim down sight speed and the sprint to fire speed. And then we have the proficiency. We do have sleight of hand here. You can take unmarked as well if you do want a dead silence like effect, but I believe the faster reload speed, because the magazine is a little shorter, this is nice. And the kit, you already know we have fully loaded here for the most amount of starting ammo. So that is going to wrap us up here, guys. Those are what I believe to be the top 5 best guns in the game at the moment. There are a lot of fantastic guns in the game at the moment. There's a pretty long list, man. Like, there are some fantastic guns. I think the balance in this game for the most part is not too bad, but there are definitely some standout weapons, and hopefully we've listed most of them here today. I got to nerf the double barrel shotgun. They know it's broken and they are working on it. Thank you very much for watching this one. I do massively appreciate it. Of course, if you do want to see more mid-season update content moving forward into Vanguard Season 2, make sure you do hit that subscribe button with those notifications turned on. I do very much appreciate it, and it really does help me out. Thank you very much for watching, as I said, and I hopefully will see you in the next one. Bye!